Hey friends, welcome back. Today we're diving into the world of Cajun cuisine with a mouth-watering twist. We're making Cajun lobster tails. Stay tuned. Everything that we're going to be using today, so we have some chopped onions, paprika, black pepper, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, fish seasoning, oregano, salted butter, but if you have unsalted butter, go ahead and use that, lemon, and we also have 3 lobster tails. Now I prepped these 2 already, and we're gonna prep this one on camera. So I prepped these 2 lobster tails off camera. What I did was to use a pair of kitchen shears and cut down the back or the spine of the lobster. Use my fingers to bring the meat up, and I have about 3 lemon slices in here. We're about to do this right now, so you can definitely see how I did this. But the reason for the lemon slices being under here is just to act as a support for the lobster meat. These tails are pretty small, so I want the meat to sit up here and look really cute once these are done. All right, so we are going to get started, as I mentioned before, by cutting down the back or the spine of the lobster tail. Next, I'm going to flip it over like so, and now I'm just going to use my thumb to push these pieces that looks like ribs. I'm going to use my thumb to push it forward like so, or to press into it. This is going to make it easier to pull the meat out of there. So you see, our tail is now a little flexible. So now I'm just going to flip this over. Now, lobster tails require cleaning, FYI. There's usually, I believe it's called a tamale. I may be wrong. Go ahead and comment the correct term for this, just in case I'm using the incorrect term. But there's usually some black stuff that's usually up underneath these parts of the tail. Trust me, you don't want to eat that. So I'm going to just put my fingers gently underneath here like so, while removing or separating the meat from the shell. Now, not all lobster tails may have that black stuff in there also. So it's if you don't see it in there, don't be surprised. What I see in this one is this right here. So I'm just gonna pull that out with my finger, because I do not want to eat that. Alright, and it doesn't look like there's much in this one either, so I'm just gently sticking my finger up under the shell and is gently just going to pull the meat out. Careful not to rip this out. See? So we're not going to pull this out all the way. We're going to leave it like so. And then it's going to be resting on top like so. But I'm going to go ahead and give this one a quick rinse or wash in some cool water and some lemon juice. I did already wash the others. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. I rinsed my lobster tail, and the next thing I'm going to do is to place the lemon wedges right into where we pull that meat out. As I mentioned before, this is going to act as support for the lobster meat. So once it starts cooking, instead of sinking down into the shell and looking all small and stuff, it's just going to sit up on the shell and look cute. Now we're just gonna set these aside and get started on our seasoning. So I have melted a little bit over a half a stick of butter. I would say about a 3/4 stick of butter. I melted that in my microwave. I'm going to make my very own homemade Cajun seasoning. If you have your favorite brand Cajun seasoning, please feel free to use that and just add some paprika. So about 3 teaspoons of Cajun seasoning and about 1 teaspoon of paprika. If you don't want to make your own homemade Cajun seasoning. I haven't purchased Cajun seasoning in years, you guys, simply because everything that's used to make that seasoning is right there in your pantry. So I just don't purchase it anymore, and I just do my own little mixture to make my own. So I'm going in with 1 teaspoon of the dried onion flakes. If you don't have dried onion flakes, feel free to use onion powder. I'm not a fan of onion powder. 1 teaspoon paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of fish seasoning, 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme, and I did not show this earlier, but yes, I'm adding a little dried thyme in here. About 1/4 teaspoon oregano. Now I'm just squeezing some fresh lemon juice in here, and now we're going to combine this and spread this all over our lobster meat. Oh my God, this seasoning is so gorgeous. Gorgeous. Now it's time to season our lobster tails. Now, I did not add any salt to my seasoning mix simply because I used salted butter. So if you're using unsalted butter, then you can add just a pinch of salt, but I would highly advise to be careful because your seasonings may already have a high sodium level, so you probably won't even need any salt. And seafood does not require a whole bunch of seasoning, and it easily gets salted. So don't OD on the seasonings. I'm warning you. Alright, so all that we're going to do right now is to brush this gorgeous butter all over the tails. And be sure to season the bottom of your lobster tail also. Alright, we don't want no bland, unseasoned, or barely seasoned food around here. And what I'm making sure to do is to make sure I get the seasoning on here as I scoop it out. Now you're not going to use all of this sauce, so if you have some leftover butter sauce, that's fine. Once the lobster is done, you can put that extra sauce on your lobster tails. Alright friends, that's it. That's the seasoning process. Do you see how gorgeous these look? That was really simple, quick and easy. So I did forget to mention that my oven has already been preheated. I turned it on to broil. And so now these are going to go in for about 8 to 10 minutes. They won't take long to cook since it is lobster tails and it's seafood. So 8 to 10 minutes in the oven and they'll be done. These are done, quick and easy. I allowed these to broil for 8 minutes, and now I'm going to transfer these to a white plate and just put some extra Cajun butter sauce over there. The last thing we're going to do is to brush a little bit of that extra butter sauce that we made earlier over here, or you can pour the entire thing over, whichever you prefer. I'm going to be saving back some of this sauce to use as a dipping sauce for here. Alright, so some extra butter sauce, and that's it. Garnishing with a little parsley for cuteness. There you have it. Quick 8 to 10 minutes lobster tail, but I'm still going to say 10 minutes just to be on the safe side. Now, something I want to mention before we close this tutorial out. the size of your lobster may change your cooking time. So if you have bigger lobster tails in these, then it may take a little longer to cook. I believe these are 6-ounce lobster tails. I got these on sale at Kroger for $6 per tail. So they're pretty tiny. And of course, they didn't take very long to cook. But if you have bigger lobster tails, again, the cooking time may be just a little bit longer. And again, remember, seafood and lobster tails does not take a million years to cook. That is a wrap on these yum delicious Cajun butter lobster tails. I cannot wait to dig in. These are perfect for weeknights because it's really super simple, quick, and easy. Perfect for special occasions because of course this is lobster, or have it anytime you want to. All right, so I served mine with some extra butter sauce, and this is going to be everything. Never have to follow anyone's recipe to a T. Switch things up if you must. I showed you how I make these. Now it's your turn to customize this recipe and make this however you want to. All right, see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comment with any questions, concerns, or just anything whatsoever. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Happy cooking and see you in the next video.